So you are in Orlando.
Yes, I'm in Orlando.
How you feel, man? You got like what, a day out now?
Yes, I'm about 2 days out right now. So Saturday, so I'm just here, relaxing. Got the family here. I don't know if you can see, but I got my pops right in focus right here.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
How you doing, Dennis?
I'm good. Thank you.
So but I got the crew in the background. Everybody here representing.
Good, awesome. So everybody is ready to see the new pro that's going to emerge this weekend and going to do some great things in the future that I predict.
Thank you.
Okay.
I really appreciate that.
So we want to talk about the Nationals, of course, but here's what I really want to talk. I'm glad the family's there because it makes it a little bit easier. I want to know, Carlos, who was Carlos before bodybuilding, man? Where did you grow up? What did you do? And I know you played football. You had some kind of neck injury that got you into bodybuilding. Is that true?
Yes. Growing up, I started playing football not very young, maybe around like the age of like 13, 14. And I got into like a little league, local league. And so I played that for about a year. And then I got into high school, went through high school, played ball, and then I went through and played college. And then in my third year, I actually got hit during a play. And what happened is my spinal cord got pinched. So they told me, hey, you have spinal stenosis. This is what happened to you. You lost feeling from the neck down. I couldn't move. They took me to the shock trauma, did all the tests, and basically came to the conclusion that it was best if I didn't continue playing football. But for me, I've always loved the weight room. I was always in the gym. My dad can testify. He's had me probably in the gym ever since I started playing football. Always got me the best trainer to be with. Always got me the best coaches to learn from. So I just always loved being in the weight room. And I thought to myself, it's either CrossFit or bodybuilding. And I told myself I'm not doing CrossFit. So I got into bodybuilding and hooked up with the local bodybuilder, Fred Biggie Smalls.
Oh, Fred. Okay. Your dad looked like he's still in the gym too. He's still swole.
Oh yeah, he's pretty swole. You got it going on.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How old are you right now?
I'm 29.
You look like you're 19, to be honest.
Yeah,
I know black don't crack. I know. So you're 29. You started lifting weights at what age?
Around that same time I started playing football. So around 13, 14, my dad got me a personal trainer from the local YMCA. And I got really lucky because he was like probably one of the best trainers ever. He taught me Olympic lifts. He taught me, like from the basics. So I was able, by the time I got into high school, I was able to do snatches, hang cleans, deadlifts, barbell, front squats, back squats. I had a pretty solid base going into, like, say, high schools with as far as lifting and lifting techniques.
Have you been big naturally too, or was that something that you just achieved over the years?
Yeah, I was always pretty much a leaner kid. Dad could always say I was more of a slimmer, but I never really had too much body fat as a kid, but just more slim.
Yeah, because when I look at your pictures, man, I see somebody like this big bone kid that was just big from the get go.
I always kept him into something that was going to keep him physically lean. He's always ran a lot. Always had him in, football, baseball, stuff like that. So he trained continuously around years. So he was a naturally lean kid.
Right. So when did you start thinking about competing? When did that start?
Honestly, that probably I was always kind of interested in bodybuilding in the background of football. I already knew everyone knows who Ronnie Coleman is. I knew who Jay Cutler was when I was still playing football. I knew who Kai Green and Phil Heath were. So I had somewhat knowledge of what bodybuilding is, and so when I was done, I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all in. So I found myself a coach. Well, my dad helped me out with that. So we found Fred Biggie Smalls, and we went through a short little off season, and he threw me into some 3 shows back to back, and I didn't know what they were or what.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was actually 2014.
Okay.
As the first time I competed, I did 3 shows back to back in June. Through June and through June, July of 2014, I did the Maryland State East Coast Classic. That was my first show where I placed first in my class as a novice, and in the open. And then that was Fred was you're qualified to go to a national, and I was like, okay, let's go to a national. And so we went to Team Universe right after that, where I got 4th in my class as a middleweight. And then from there, Fred was like, let's do another national. And it just so happened to be collegiate nationals right there a couple weeks later. So we went to Pittsburgh and I did collegiate national, where I was actually a light heavyweight, and I placed second in the class there. And that was 3 shows I ran off back to back. And after that, I tore my ACL.
Oh,
yeah, I tore my ACL. And so I took some time off and just to finish my undergrad, because I was still doing undergrad. So I just took some time off to heal up my leg, and also finish my grad school, my undergrad. And then I went to my graduate degree afterwards.
okay. So you started competing in 2014. When did you turn pro?
Saturday.
We are a day out. Think about it. A 2 day, no day. Prejudging Saturday or Friday?
Yes. Saturday morning.
I thought it used to be Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, it used to be a 2-day show,
Yeah,
but Friday, Saturday. But now it's 1 day.
Okay, so listen, everybody's talking about you. You know, you're the talk of the when we talk about amateurs, everybody's talking about Carlos Thomas Jr. Okay, I look at your pictures. I see pro written all over you. I mean, you know, that's obvious. You know, it's not. There's nothing that you know. The only thing that I could say in prior shows probably would be its condition. You know, but I saw you when you qualified a couple of weeks ago or whenever that was.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What show was that?
That was the NPC Battle Royale.
Yeah, this is where you qualified for the Nationals, which.
Yep.
And I'm looking at you there and knowing that you had like 4 weeks or something, I think it was, in between, which is plenty of time to nail the condition. And I really believe that this is your year, man. You know, this alone, the hype alone helps a lot, you know, because, you know, it's easy sometimes to get overlooked stepping on the bodybuilding stage, especially if it's a class with, let's say, 20, 30, or sometimes even more. It's easy to get overlooked. But not when people already talk about you going into the show. The judges know exactly this is what we're looking for. You know what I mean? We're going to look at him. So you're definitely not going to get overlooked. So, but how do you feel going into the show tomorrow? Where you at right now? What do you think?
You know, Dennis, I'm feeling great. You know, I said I have all my support team around me. The whole crew's here. Everyone here is landed in finally today. So, you know, I'm covered by amazing people, and you know, I feel great. Like I said, I couldn't ask for anything better, you know. Like,
yeah. But how you feel mentally? What's your
yes, sir.
Confident? Yeah.
Yeah, very confident going in. You know, it took a while to get settled in here and kind of get the nerves, you know, nerves down and feel relaxed and just feel at home in the environment. But you know, now that everything is like settled, like I said, I have, you know, my support system around me. I have a routine established here. I'm feeling very confident going in. I see daily changes by the hour. So
especially now, the last 2 days, you'll change every meal. Something's going to change. So you, like I said, you have 2 more days, today, tomorrow. So what do you think? How much weight do you have to lose to be stage ready now from now to Saturday?
Right now, I think we're at a good spot right now, and it's just kind of just bringing everything in, little last minute manipulations. We haven't even touched too much of the water or sodium. So right now, I feel like I probably won't have to drop too much weight going in. But
where are you? Where are you weight wise now?
Right now, I'm sitting at probably around like 220, 227, 228.
Okay, so you're going to be how tall are you?
5'6".
5'6", yeah, you're going to be a huge heavyweight. Huge. I mean, I'm looking at your pictures right here. I'm looking at this one in the bathroom. Is that from today?
Yeah, that's from the day. Yeah, the most recent one from the legs. Yeah,
man. I mean, damn. You know, and that's me. I'm saying this because I know we don't get this. We used to get this every year coming out of the USAs or the Nationals back in the days. We don't.
Yeah, I've been looking back then. I've been looking at you back when you competed.
We don't get this anymore. We don't have guys where you can see he's coming through the amateur ranks. You can see this guy's going to be a good pro. You know, we don't get that a lot. We have people turn pro in the last 5-10 years that you almost never hear again. You never hear about them. You know, that's basically it. But I can already see that you have everything to be a good pro, you know. And I don't even know what your goal is. And this is something I'm going to ask you, is that if you turn pro, what is your goal? Are you going to be doing the 212 or are you going to go into the open?
My goal is to go into the open, and I definitely want to kind of move behind or follow behind footsteps such as William Bonac. Like that's one person that like
but they all started the 212.
He started 212, yes, he did. But I definitely think that after like I feel like I'm still like a baby in this sport, like Dennis. Like I took some time. I'm still doing the bodybuilding business, like eating meals, training.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like the consistency of everything, like that all started really coming into fruition this past year. I really started to find my stride, and I feel like I made great progress this past off season. And I feel like with another off season with that and greater intensity and greater consistency, I'll be able to make even better progress and definitely come in to be a fearsome open competitor. I think so. That's what I believe. So in time.
What's your training regimen like? Do you train your body parts once, twice a week? What do you do? Because I believe the young fans want to hear what you're doing because they probably all want to look like you right now.
Yeah. So so right now we're actually training. We were training 6 days a week. But in the off season, it's usually about 5. So I'll have like 2 off days, maybe a Wednesday or Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And
people always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
We'll sometimes hit back because that is a body part that I was trying to bring up. So we'll hit that probably twice a week. We'll have more of a heavy compound day, and then some days where it's more of a touch up. Along with we would do that probably along with like some hamstrings, some more posterior day. But my trainer Kyle Smith is here, and he lays out most of my training programs going into the off season and competition.
Okay, let me get this right to make sure I'm not wrong here because you said your trainer Kyle Smith.
Kyle Smith.
Kai.
Yeah, Kyle Smith. Yes.
So he's your trainer or he's your coach?
He does my training programs. Yeah.
He does your workouts.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, but your coach is Patrick, right?
Not at the moment, right now, sir.
Okay.
That was not at the moment.
That's the last information I had. That's why I'm asking. So, okay. So you're no longer working with Patrick?
No, sir.
Okay. So, all right. So, tell me what you do for them tree trunk quads.
Heavy weight and a lot of reps, man. To be honest with you.
So you do train heavy?
Yes, most definitely. Kyle can attest to this. We're doing 5. We're not shying away from anything. Like I believe my legs look. If I don't do back squats, I feel like my legs look different. It could be psychological. It could be like a real thing. But if I don't train with back squats, and just I'll just switch over to the hack squat machine or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
My legs definitely look different. Have a different shape to them. So
I
always keep back squats into the regimen. Probably maybe until like a week out of a show. We'll
you're absolutely right. And it's not up here. It's the way it is. Squatting keeps your legs full. And if you stop squatting, listen, guys like you, Rami, guys with big legs, they get away with it if they stop squatting earlier. But some guys, they can't afford to stop squatting until a week out from a show because that's just the way it is because not everybody is blessed with quads. It's unbelievable. So you know what I'm looking at. So I was like, that's top pro quads. There's nothing there that says amateur, and your whole body. You just look, to me, you kind of remind me of a little bit of myself when it comes to the fullness, the roundness.
Yeah, and that's actually, I was actually watching, I think it was The Way I Do It, when your full video?
Yes.
Yeah, and you were mentioning in there, you were saying how you were like, I could eat, barely anything and stay full.
Yes.
That's like me. You could feed me 2 grains of rice and I'm staying full.
Right. You can take the carbs.
My flat doesn't look like everyone else's flat.
Yeah, you can take the carbs away from me and just give me chicken. I will go flat for DJ flat, but that wouldn't be flat for anybody else on stage. So and that's a good problem to have, So because the only thing you need to worry about then is really to get that dry, crisp condition. Because if you put that all together, your package is worthy of winning pro shows. And I predict that right here, right now. You put it all together, You can win the Nationals. You will win the Nationals, and you can literally, start competing as a pro in early 2022, because you have the size that most amateurs don't really have yet. What I'm saying is that you basically have all the muscle already in the world to go straight into pro shows, even if it's 212 or in the open. Because, with the weight, because you're not the tallest guy, 5'6". It's not super short, but it's not very tall. But your frame is filled out to the max. You're going to look massive, and that's why I'm so impressed by looking at your pictures. And, and I don't get easily impressed, But I see talent when I see it, and I see when somebody's capable of doing damage, and you're definitely one of them, So listen, who is your competition this weekend?
Thank you.
Do you know anybody that's in the show that's competition? Yeah, it's competition. Back in the days, we always knew who was doing the show, and we already knew who we going against. So, who do you think is in the mix?
Well, I'm gonna let my son say something, but I just wanted to touch on one thing about the competition thing.
Uh-huh.
And there's competition, but we also know this is a individual sport. And so, if you come in these shows and knowing what you have, then if you focus on yourself most of the time, and once you're confident in the package you're bringing, then everything else going to take care of itself. So I'll let him talk about the competition.
All right. So
you know what I mean, though?
I understand what you mean. Yeah, and you got to be confident. I mean, if you're not confident, then you have no business going there, anyways. But it's a competition. So there's going to be other athletes on stage that feel the same, they think the same, and they feel they're just as confident and motivated as you are.
Yes.
So, but what I'm saying with this is, I'm not asking you who's going to beat you. I'm just going to ask you who is there that you think. Let me just say that there's going to be some of the top 5 guys in your class.
Honestly, there's some guys. There's definitely some heavy hitters going into the class, and so I think one person that I've been in contact with, and we've kind of just exchanged, not even exchanging any negativity, but just positivity between each other, and that was Justin Shire. So I've definitely seen him come up and made some great improvements this past year. So I know that he's definitely going to be bringing his best. And as far as that's probably the only person that I've seen and actually kind of been in contact with as far as competition. I think that he'll be bringing something that's going to be pretty competitive.
Is this your first nationals? I mean, you did the juniors, you said, and is this your first?
No, this is my actually my third nationals. My first nationals was 2016.
Oh, okay.
I did that as kind of I tried it out. I was just wanted to see how I would fare. I was just coming off my ACL injury. I did a local show. I qualified, and I was like, I want to see how I fare on an actual national stage, a true national stage, and got my butt whipped. 16 out of 16 place. So, but we came back the next year of 2017, and I was a middleweight, and we placed top 5. And that was the last national show that I did, was back in 2017.
So the last time you stepped, so now you're in a class that, heavyweights is, in my opinion, the strongest class in bodybuilding. It's heavyweight. Super heavies used to be the elite, but now in the last, I don't even know how long, super heavies are not really that strong when it comes to standard and competition. So the heavyweights and the light heavyweights is probably the hardest classes in the national shows, USA's or nationals or whatever pro qualifiers they have. So what would it mean to you, though, to get the overall trophy presented to you on Saturday night? What would that mean to you, and what will be the goal going forward?
Yeah, you know what it would mean. It would mean everything. It would mean a lot of, not, I wouldn't say validation for myself, but just for all the sacrifice that everyone else put in towards this. Because like I mentioned, my dad mentioned earlier, it is an individual sport because I'm executing the diet and the training and whatnot. But there's plenty of people around me who are giving up a lot to to actually make this happen. So that would just be. It would just be validation for all of the things that, everyone put into this. So that's what it would mean to me. It would just mean that, it would, that everything, that we put into this was worth it, and that we trusted the process, and, we had faith in God and how things were going to turn out. So that's what it would mean for me. And moving forward, yeah, you know, like it was, as I mentioned earlier, I would love to, you know, take this on as a true career, you know, and something that I would continue to pursue, you know, throughout my years to come, you know, because I am currently doing like, you know, the 9 to 5. I work for Penn Medicine as a research coordinator in an Alzheimer's disease genetics lab. So, you know, I would definitely love to move towards probably making this something that is, you know, my full-time, you know, within the fitness and within the bodybuilding industry. But I do love this sport a lot. So I would like to, you know, continue to make it something that I can, you know, sustain myself from and make a life with. And yeah, and, you know, just enjoy competing, because that's something that I love to do. I really want to be one of those pros that, you know, are on stage competing and, you know, up there kicking ass and making a name for themselves.
I just get an idea here. I don't know if there's a way. Well, listen, first of all, you need to turn pro, okay? If you turn pro,
100%.
I would have, I don't even know if I can say this, but I will. I think if you turn pro with the way you look, and it depends on, of course, how you feel, and, you know, you would be a good addition to the Arnold in March.
I mean, that's something.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you, and
Yes,
the list of athletes is coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
But I have it here now. And I can tell you, because it's not going to air until I think either Sunday or Wednesday. I'm not sure right now. But I'm going to tell you the list of competitors at the Arnold, where you would probably fit in really, really well. We're talking first weekend in March. You know, hey, listen, Flex Wheeler did it. There's a few guys that did it, went straight to the Arnold and even won, you know. So I'm not saying, you know, you're going to go there and win, but I think you fare very well and make a name for yourself right off the get-go, you know. We got William Bonac, he's in the Arnold. Rafael Brandao.
Okay.
We got Max Charles. Brandon Curry. Samson Dauda from England.
Yes.
Nathan DeAsher. Regan Grimes, Steve Kuklo, Cedric McMillan, Fabio Giga Rezendi. I think that's the Arnold Classic, the last amateur overall winner. They always invite them to. Mohammed Shaban, Brett Wilkin, and Akeem Williams. Now, I think that the Arnold will, hey, listen, I would literally try to convince Brian Powers, who's in charge, to maybe add you to the list if you would be interested.
I would love that, yeah. Hey, you put the word in, I'll be there.
You know, yeah. I mean,
I'll be there. You have nothing to say.
Get your pro card. Get your pro card, and
Yes,
then
sir.
and then
So put the cart before the horse.
And this might be something to talk about. Why not? Throw you right into the damn mix.
Yeah,
Right into it.
That would be
Right
awesome.
into it. Yeah. Get your feet wet. Right,
Yeah.
right on. You know, wait for what? You
Yeah.
know, because once you're ready, you're ready.
Thank you, Dennis.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. So,
thank you so
who do
much,
you think is going to go? Who do you think would probably go more crazy? You winning the show? Is your dad or who else in your family? Who's going to be? Who's going to
I don't
be?
think
Who's
anyone
going to be
goes
the
crazy.
one we have to kind of control?
Oh my God.
You'll probably have to control that, man. You definitely got to control him. He might have a couple drinks in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tears might be flowing. You never know.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I remember exactly what happened to me, and I remember my dad always supported me in sports. You know, playing soccer in Germany.
Yeah, anything.
And I remember when I started bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying to me, "What the hell are you doing with this bullshit?" You know. You know, because he wanted me to play soccer.
Right.
And after soccer, I started breakdancing. You know, I had a dancing career too. So, and then I started
Okay.
bodybuilding. He's like, ah. And then I did my first show. And I won the overall, and I brought that trophy home. And he's the one that took that trophy and went to the job and put it on his desk. And from that day on, he never doubted me for anything, you know. And he was there. He came to the Olympias with my mom, you know. Can you imagine? I know how dads are.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a dad myself, so I know. So, this is something that, make sure you guys have cameras everywhere and have it on tape.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do. Shout out to my man Brandon Broadfit right here.
Oh, yeah? He's in charge of the social media and everything?
All the camera stuff right here.
Yeah, perfect, man. Because
so making sure to definitely, but we understand that, this is a moment that, that should be commemorated and recorded. So, we definitely wanted to have, all of this, take it in so we can look back sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important, because
I keep hearing it goes fast, so
it's going to go real fast. That's why another thing, make sure you've been on stage before, because everybody asked me, they said, you have advice for me when I step on stage? I said, yeah. Remember everything you wanted to do and just take your time, because it's going to go so fast. And you're going to get off stage and like, damn, I forgot to hit this shot. I forgot to do this. I forgot all the things that I really wanted to do. Take it, suck it all in, because this is a national show. I mean, you're going for a pro card. And I think Nationals, it's all class winners, right?
I think here is top two.
Top two in each class?
That's what I last remember from before.
Yeah, I thought they stopped it because that was kind of like, come on, make it a little bit interesting. You know? I come from the time when there was one pro card in the show. If you don't win the overall, you can win your class every year. There was guys like Jason Arns, they won their classes 2 or 3 years and didn't turn pro. So, but the Nationals was usually always the class winner. I know they had it too, but I think I hope they change it back to just the winners. Oh wow.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
Yeah, but you look ready. You look confident. A little bit of water manipulation. Get rid of a little bit of water. If you dry it,
can I say something?
Of course.
I could tell you one day I was at work and you came on live and I think I was coming to a stop and you was like, "Hey man, I ain't talking to no one driving."
Oh, that was you. You were.
And I pulled over. And I said, "Hey, Dennis, man, I'm thankful you for having me on. I have a son that really admires you and looked at all your past achievements and everything. This is the guy."
There you go. See, now, I remember, because this is what I would always tell people. When they're driving, I don't want to talk to them because I don't want to be responsible.
No, I was actually pulling over, and then you was like, "Okay, pull over, and then we'll talk." And so I was pulling over, and I was telling you about my son, Carlos Jr. And then we also just seen you in just past New York Pro. You came in, and I said, "Hey, Dennis, how you doing? This is my son right here."
Yes, the New York Pro in, where was it, in Tampa?
Yeah, where Nick Walker won.
Yeah, in Tampa. Yeah. See, I didn't put you guys together before, but now, I remember. But that's awesome, you see? Hey, it looks like a good couple there right there. You guys, a proud dad, and an athlete that's going to do some damage this weekend. And I'm almost convinced that, I don't see anybody's beating you if you're on, to be honest. You just have too much muscle. You're just too complete for, I don't know. Unless somebody's coming out of the woodworks and we don't know, because it happened when I won the USAs. Nobody expected me to fly in from Thailand and win the USAs back in '98 because because USAs back then, I always thought, because I did the Nationals the first time in '97, and I placed fourth, and I remember saying that I'm going to train for another year and I'm going to come back for the Nationals in 1998. And I remember Lonnie Teeper. I don't know if you remember him. Lonnie Teeper used to MC the shows, and he said, "Why would you wait till next year? Why don't you just go?" To next year in November, why wouldn't you just go to the USAs? And I remember from reading in the magazines back then, because there was no social media. I read in the magazine that the USAs, it's a West Coast show, where they somewhat favor West Coast guys. Back then, Chris Camille, Flex Wheeler, all these guys won the USAs 92, 93, 94. And then I knew from the magazines that that's what they do. So I said, no, they favor the West Coast guys, and I'm not even here. I'm not even from here. And he said, no, let's go. And I said, you know what? Let's go. So I went to the USAs, and Melvin Anthony was the favorite going into the show because he done placed second or third the year before. And I flew in from Thailand and won the whole show, So anything's possible.
Yeah.
You know, anything's possible. So we'll keep that with the Arnold on the side. That's the first thing I'm going to do when you win your pro cards. I guarantee you, I'm going to call Brian. I'm going to go call Brian and see if they would add another athlete. I'm not sure if they would do it, but if they would, I think you would be a great addition. You know.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
How important do you think it is to be active on social media with your fans, for the people to see? I mean, we didn't have that back in the days. There was no social media. We had the magazines. We had publication deals, and if you want to see something about an athlete, you'll have to buy the magazine or you get it from someone else, and then you'll see pictures that were taken probably 6, 7 months, a year, 3 months before. So how do you think how important it is right now to be on social media and stay active with some of your fans?
It's very important. Like it's probably like the number one thing you have to be good at. Yeah. You know, even outside of competing, you know, like you can have a somewhat okay career, but if you're very popular athlete on social media, you interact with your fans, and you probably have a good YouTube going, a great following, community, then people want to be a part of that, you know, and they want to buy into whatever you're doing. So, and at that point, it wouldn't really matter if you were sometimes, you know, an Arnold Classic winner, right? Or maybe a Mr. Olympia, but they just want to see your life and how you go through it, and you know, and be inspired by what you bring. So I think like that is, the importance of social media. You know, is that like you build this community, and like
I think so.
And this brand. Like if you see like Nick Walker, you know, he has his Walker Nation. He's doing great on it. He just also happens to be crushing it on stage as well, but he's also crushing it in social media, right? So he's just doing well in both areas. Yeah. And and that's something that in today's age you have to be good at, you know.
Yeah, I think today, as a professional bodybuilder, that's your job.
It is.
Your job.
Or you can't just be in the shadows anymore, right? And there is no more shadow.
Right, and I think it's great because there's another way of making some income through social media. There's another way, because when you look, especially sponsors. Are you sponsored by anybody right now?
Right now, yeah, I'm working with Iron Rebel here, and as well.
Iron Rebel? Is that clothing?
Yeah, they do clothing and power gear. So like all my wrist wraps and my elbow sleeves, knee sleeves.
Okay. What about supplement sponsor? Do you have a supplement sponsor?
Yeah, right now I was working with HD Muscle.
Okay. So yeah, they're smart. They got you. That's a smart move. On any supplement company, you would have been one that I would have snatched to before the Nationals.
Yeah, I've been with them. I was with Dorian when he first began the company. So I've been with them for about a little over. It's coming to a year now.
Do you have a deal with them if you turn pro that they're going to up the money?
We don't have a deal in yet.
Yeah. You need to let Dad start negotiating. Because when you're a pro, you need to be treated like a pro. You know, so that's another thing. That's the stuff that's going to happen, because this is what I wanted to say. Social media is so important for sponsors too, because nowadays they don't look so much of where you place. You know, your placings doesn't really matter. They want to see your fan base, the interactions you have with your fans. How many fans do you have on your Instagram? That's what they're going for. So a supplement company is looking at your Instagram and at your Facebook, and they see, listen, he's got a shitload of followers. We need to sponsor this guy because they need to get to your followers. That's where it's at. It's business.
Yep. Yes.
You know. So therefore, it's always good. I don't know how people can do it with the YouTube and have cameras in their face all day. I don't know. I was never like that. I have a hard time doing my own stories, but to have somebody, if I was younger, I would probably do it too. But who wants to see my 55-year-old ass doing video and telling people what I'm eating in the morning, because they don't even want to see that. Well, I had grits this morning. That was a good one, though.
You never know. You're in shape. You can inspire some people.
Yeah, no, I know. I'd like to inspire in a different way. So, I leave this up to the young guys. But I'm glad that you are active on social media and that you do do the videos, because it's going to help you in the long run for sure.
Thank you.
So is your goal to being a pro that's living off of bodybuilding solely? Because you said you got some kind of career going too.
Yeah, right now I do. I have like like I said, I work for Penn Medicine and Alzheimer's disease genetics research lab. So I'm a communication research coordinator. So I assist in like, their social media, the back end of their websites, writing articles and such like that. And then I assist with the outreach of the I think it's 4 or 5 sites we have in America where we see participants for our study, Asian cohort for Alzheimer's disease. So it's called ACAT. And that's where we're just looking at the genetics of Asian Americans, Asian Canadians, because we have 2 sites in Canada, and just because there's an underrepresented group in Alzheimer's disease research. So
do you think you're going to be able to manage both jobs, basically?
I've been managing in both, but honestly, at this point, like I'm really, very passionate about bodybuilding and, building myself up, building my own brand, and having something to call my own at this point in my life. So yeah, I think that bodybuilding offers me, the opportunity to take my, my success into my own hands, basically.
Okay, so you thinking about quitting your job?
I'm thinking about moving forward at some point. Yeah, if they don't pay me as much as bodybuilding starts paying me.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my advice. Don't quit your job until you know it's worth it. A lot of people quit their jobs because they're trying to pursue something, and then it might not work out. I mean, but you might be good enough to fall back on your job, which is always a good thing to have some kind of being qualified to doing things. But I would not quit my job before things start happening for you,
100%.
Some people just don't want to wait. They say, I got my pro card now. I'm pro. I'm going to have to act like a pro. Pro card is a piece of paper. The pro mentality is a little different. So, your dad looks like he's on top of it. He's on top of it too. So I'm not really worried about you. But listen, I can see you being a successful pro, and I don't see why not, especially nowadays. And we need new guys. We need new blood. It hasn't been anybody that came up from the Nationals or any national quality since Phil Heath and Nick Walker. Nick Walker was the last one that's really coming through and doing something on the big stage, So you could be one of 3 in the last 10 years. I don't even know. Am I missing somebody right now that came out of the amateur ranks and started doing damage? It looks to be like it's all the older guys, other than Hunter. Yeah, we got Hunter and Nick. Those are the only 2 guys. And it used to be 4 or 5 guys every year. So now, it's literally watered down a little bit. There's not as much talent. So it's good to see we got talent coming from the heavyweights.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And yeah, we got a lot of good people in that class. So I think that this will be one of the most interesting ones in the past few years.
I can't make it though. I wish I could make it to Miami, but I'm at a Christmas party tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm going
to watch the live. They got the live stream going.
Oh, I'm going to watch the live for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
For
because
free.
I might. It's a free.
It's for free, yeah.
Which is perfect because then I can do my Instagram live while I'm watching the live and do my own commentary.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. If you don't mind, if you could send me the link to the live, just text it to me. Because I can do a Instagram live and watch the show live and commentate what I'm seeing. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, you can watch Carlos bring it home.
Exactly. Yes, yeah. And do me a favor, when you check in, will you check in tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be checking in today, actually.
Oh, check-ins are today?
Right after this.
Yeah,
yes.
see if you can get an order of events.
Okay, yeah.
So when they start with what, so I have an idea. Because I don't want to sit in front of the computer all Saturday. Yeah. I don't even want to hold you up too long because I know you're probably carb loading and got to do stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna check in right after this and then get the last workout in actually. So.
Are you still training?
Yeah,
last one. Yeah.
Nice. See, I like that. A lot of people stop training 3 days before the show, and I say, why change the routine?
Yeah, I still have cardio, so.
Yes, exactly. Why change the routine? And put yourself in a room for 3 days where your mind is going 180 and 360 and
that's
everywhere.
That's no good for me right there.
And,
I'll go stir crazy. And they know that.
Yeah. Because this is when stuff goes wrong. When people have too much time to think about it. Am I going to nail it? Am I going to hold water? Am I going to, So stay on your routine. We did the same with Rami. Rami trained the day before the Olympia. He would have trained the day off. He would have trained Friday morning. why take him away from
That's
it?
how I feel.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. And it helps beat carbing up because if you carb up, you push that blood right into the muscle. That's a good thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll have to come out and get some of that training from you for sure.
Please feel free to come out anytime.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
Yeah.
There'll be some good content too for your YouTube.
Oh yeah, now that I have your number, I'll be in contact.
You got your ass whooped by your dad all your life, and you come to Arizona, and I'll whoop your ass.
I don't know, man. I'll put you through the ringer, man.
No. Just see, you get that.
It.
See, that's where you get it wrong. I'm not training. I'm not stupid. I ain't messing with y'all. I'm good on that. I'm just doing it. I'm just helping you.
I got you. All right.
I'm just.
I need it. And hey, if it makes me better, I'll do it.
It'll help you
That's
for
one
sure.
thing my dad always knows. If it makes me better, I have no problem putting in the work.
Awesome. So listen, I wish you all the best for this weekend.
Thanks, Dennis.
You don't need a lot of luck. I know you just need to show up and display what you have. Remember when you walk on that stage, there's a lot of things you tell yourself, this is what I need to do, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit this shot this way and this way. Just remember, just do what you want to do, take your time and suck it all in. Because it's gonna go fast. It's gonna go fast.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, me and my girlfriend and I are working on a routine. And it's going to be a really good one. So we're coming up with something special, and I'm hitting all the shots that I've been wanting to hit. So, yeah, it's going to be great. So thanks, DJ.
Well, by the time you get to the routine, the judging is over. So
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Do everything for prejudging, whatever you want to do for prejudging. Because by the time you get to the routine, the results are in.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's nothing will change for you. The only thing they judge on Saturday night would be the overall. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So good luck, brother. I can't wait. Make sure you send me the link. Make sure you send me the link, and we'll definitely got to arrange something for you guys to come out to Arizona.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
All right.
All right, my man. Thanks, DJ.
Take care, brother, man. Be safe and good luck this weekend.